For Green Home Solutions, this is Dan Howard. And one of the great things about Green Home Solutions is that we share the experience and knowledge from all of our experts and technicians. A great solution used in one project can benefit many clients with similar challenges across the country. This example is a file storage area of a government office. The leaks into the basement file storage area was the start of the problem, and frankly, nobody who noticed the leaks told anyone who could get them fixed about them, and the problem had gone on for a good deal of time. Now, as in all places on Earth where there's food and water, something will grow. The food was the cardboard storage boxes and the thousands of paper files they contained. The something that grew, well, that was mold. The mold was spreading throughout the building, and some of the staff in the office areas above the storage rooms were becoming ill. The client believed that all of the files had to be first copied before they were destroyed. That process would have cost over $10,000. It turns out that only a number of the files could ever actually be required. They needed retained because no one knew which files it would be needed, but there were significant issues if they weren't kept, so it was important, but only a few of the files were required. The solution was to set up a containment room with air scrubbing and negative air to protect the building and its occupants from additional mold contamination. The mold specialists were suited up with personal protective equipment for safety, masks, gloves, and that, and then the files were transferred to clear vinyl boxes that were labeled and sealed. The old moldy boxes were disposed of. The contents were logged into a master file list and placed on shelves. That was a healthy building victory. The people in the building are now protected from the mold contamination at a reasonable cost. Now let's say that a file is required from one of the sealed boxes. Then, and only then, will the contents of the needed box need to be decontaminated. The client cost to treat a handful of containers of the files instead of hundreds of boxes saved a ton of money. That was a financial victory. The water leaks were then resolved. The building was then treated for mold contamination at a fraction of the cost what the job would have been, and all that was due to a little of thinking outside the box. Please pardon the pun. For Green Home Solutions, this is Dan Howard.